Are you a beginner freelancer and you're actually wondering about how to convert a prospect into a client? I know this is challenging because finding a client is not a big deal. You can browse multiple freelancing sites, social media to hunt the quality prospect. But landing a client is a big deal. In this video, you are going to get the 5-step procedure to onboard a client so that you won't miss any important step and start closing the deal from now onwards. So stay tuned till the end. Well, before going any further, this is your host Prachi Gautam, and in this room, you're going to get tons of valuable tips on digital marketing, freelancing, content writing, social media, SEO, and whatnot. You just name it. Everything that is required for you to build a successful career in digital marketing or turn your idea into a successful startup using the power of digital marketing. You are in the right place. Superb. Now let's get started with this topic on 5-step framework to onboard the client. And here the number one procedure is the pitching script. So just after finding any lead or a project, what you're going to do, you're going to directly send them an email or a message where you are pitching them. So that's the reason why it is known as pitching script. Basically, your client is receiving tons of email, tons of messages. Their inbox are filled with the spammy and the other candidate requests. So how can you make yourself stand out? And for that sake, you have to produce a perfect pitching script to send your prospect that can convince a client to open your email and sit with you over an interview call. So in a nutshell, pitching script is a mail or a message that you're going to send a client for the very first time whenever you are applying for any opportunity, or you are communicating back to your old client for the new projects, or whenever you're applying to any company. So I'm going to pin 3 crucial points you can include in your pitching script and make it more persuasive and actionable. Okay. So the tip number A is making your pitching script more personalized. You can fetch your client attention by directly using their name or congratulating them on their recent win or appreciating them for a great work for their community. You want to know one example? So let's just assume that you're applying to one of a prospect for the social media marketing services. So I can write it in this format. Hi Ridhima, I hope you're doing amazing, and I am following you on Instagram since a long time, and I must say that you are literally sharing value bombs through your content. You are trying to assist, educate your audience the best, and I must say this actually works. So let's keep our foot in the client's shoes. If they're receiving an email where a person is congratulating them on their recent win or mentioning that they are doing a great work, they somehow feel like yes, it is a personalized, and they will start paying attention in your email because they are open to know what next is written there. Now switching to the next step, the point B is mentioning the area of improvement. So before we pitch any of our services, it's crucial for our client to understand why it's important for them. And any client is only going to realize it when they know how can you help them and at what particular things. So it's a great tip if you're pinning some of their major mistakes they are making or some area of improvement. It is going to drive their focus at some things that they need to take care of, and you can definitely highlight what kind of challenges this client business is facing because of these mistakes and the reason behind what is holding them back to grow potentially. So let me give you the same example. If you're approaching to Ridhima offering the social media marketing services, you can highlight some of the point here. So Ridhima, while I was just scrolling some of your posts, I had a glance at some of the key elements that are missing in your strategy. The first thing is you're not stuffing the keyword in your hashtags. You are including some generic hashtags in your post which are not so targeting and not letting your target audience to reach to you. And most importantly, your profile is not having any keyword. This is also the major reason why people are not able to find you and search you, where your product and services are literally outstanding and you deserve to be noticed by every of your target customers because they are going to get tons of value from your offers. And I must tell you, if you just overcome these rookie mistakes, it is going to give a great impact in your business. Within a few days, you will be able to resolve it and will be able to achieve the great result that you are expecting and dreaming for. So this is not the pretty much it. I have actually made a report for area of improvements and the growth roadmap. Alright, now if we highlighting the main pain points and future growth steps, You are letting your client to see that it is not a random email, but you have studied their business, and then you're recommending them and focusing their attention towards something that they are not doing great, and what kind of problem which is being caused because of these rookie mistake. And you're also creating a hype why it's crucial for them as soon as possible to resolve these mistakes, because it is stopping their growth and hurting their reach or engagement. So definitely it's a great approach to fetch the client's attention and bring their focus towards what are the things going wrong into their business and where you can definitely help them. And this is what going to be our next step. So the point C is presenting yourself as a solution. This is a great tip, let me tell you. So as of now, you have fetched their attention by making your email or SMS more personalized. You are highlighting some key elements that are missing in their strategy and what kind of challenges they are facing. It's a perfect time for you to present yourself as a solution. So here you can definitely highlight what services their business need and how can you actually help them to resolve those pain points, and what strategies are required for them to track those desired outcomes. And here's a bonus tip: don't forget to give them a reason to sit with you over an interview call, not just to discuss this rookie things, but also you have to build a hype that you have some secret things to share with them, and that you can only do when you are going to sit with them over a discovery call. So as in the above step, we have mentioned that these are not the only key factors, but I have made a growth report for scope of improvement that I would like to discuss with you personally inside the meeting. And it is going to evoke a curiosity in your client's mind that I want to know everything, where I'm lacking, what exactly I can do to overcome and receive the great numbers in my business. So you have done your job by giving them the reason. And don't forget to add the call to action that they can fix a meeting with you, or as simple as replying back to this email to fix the next meeting. For now, let's just assume that clients is convinced and they have fixed the meeting with you. And this first meeting is going to be known as the discovery call, which is the second step of our onboarding process. So basically, a discovery call is the first call that is going to happen between you and a prospect, where how you guys can help each other. So in this call, a client is going to evaluate whether or not you are a perfect fit for their project, or how exactly can you help them, what kind of results you can drive them. But as important it is for a client to evaluate your potential, same important for you to understand whether or not this client is perfect fit for you, whether or not you will be able to deliver what they are expecting. You both can save a lot of time by evaluating whether or not you both are too fit for each other. Perfect. So being a freelancer, you have to take the charge of this call and ask some crucial questions that will help you to understand the client's requirements, what are their major challenges, where they are lacking, and ask them some crucial questions like what their business is about, what kind of product or services they are offering, who are their target audience, what are the major challenges that they are currently facing. It will help you understand why they are hiring an expert. And most importantly, you should be asking what are the KPIs they want you to track. Now this KPI means key performance indicator. So whenever you are signing a project with a client, they are going to evaluate your worth of your services by checking some of the metrics in their business or the growth report. So this is KPI, key performance indicator, that you should be asking a client. It will going to help you understand what they actually want to track, what kind of metric, what kind of numbers or growth they are dreaming for, and they want you to attain them. And here are two bonus tips that I would like to give you on a discovery call. First is please record your discovery call, because maybe this call is running too fast and you're not getting a time to pin every single key point. So it's better to request and acknowledge a client that you are prospect that you are recording this call, so that even after the finishing you will be able to sit and understand their requirement and their business in more detail. Before a client is going to ask you what is going to be your quotation, you have to ask a client that what is going to be their budget, because it's crucial for you to understand that are they paying enough for your expertise based on the amount of work that they are having. And if not, it can save again a lot of time from you, because if the budget is too low that what you are expecting, obviously you are not going to sign up. So you are going to save tons of hours. If the budget suits you, you can go with the further step. But if it is not suiting your budget, then you can put the break right now and don't invest your time in further steps of sharing the proposal or following up, and can invest your time in hunting the next client. I hope you're getting my point. Now moving towards third step, this is following up. So it's essential. just after having a con call with the prospect, within 6 hours, you should be sending follow-up mail where you can nail down the synopsis of a client's project requirement, example their business needs, goals they want to track, their top priorities, goals that they want to achieve. And it would be great if you're having any specific previous work where you have successfully helped your client achieve this specific goal. Great if you can include some of the sample work of your previous client where you have helped with the same services. It would be great if they are from the same industry. If not, it's okay, but you can definitely include some of the results that you have actually made them to achieve, because if you're including it, it will give a social proof to your prospect that you have already made other industry and other businesses achieve these goals, and they should definitely bid on you. And along with this follow-up email, you also have to include the most important point, which is our next step, including the service proposal. And it is obvious that already in your discovery call, the client might have asked you what are your charges, and rather than telling them on the spot, because maybe you are not so clear about what exactly you are going to deliver them, it would be great in your service proposal you are going to set what you are going to quote for this specific work. And here is our third point, making the service proposal. This can be a simple PDF. You can use Canva to design it, where you are going to include these 5 key elements. Number 1 is going to be your scope of work. It means what are the tasks that you are going to perform in that specific project. Second, what kind of deliverables you're going to promise them. We can also call it promising the KPI. You can include the timeline of the project, how long you are going to work for them or signing up this project. And obviously, you're going to include the charges for this project. It can be monthly based or project based. All right. Now, here's the fourth point, the service proposal. So in your service proposal, you're going to add these 5 important factors. Number 1 is including the scope of work you are going to perform, all the list of the tasks that you're going to perform in this project. Second, deliverables, what kind of KPI you're going to promise and deliver to them at the end of the project within the specific deadline. C is the roadmap, the pipeline of your steps to work on this project. D is definitely the timeline. You have to mention that how long you're going to work for this specific project or signing up a contract with them, or the project duration you're going to sign up for. Now, E is you can use Canva. There are tons of templates ready there for the service proposal. You can easily design it. Now, our 5th steps to onboard a client is obviously the contract. Contract is essential. Let me share with all of your freelancers, if you're wondering that you're going to start the work with your client without a contract, you're knocking the door for inviting the big problems in your way, because if you're not signing a contract, they are going to change their charges. You're not having any social proof to fight for it. So contract is essential. It's just like oxygen mask, because it is the only thing that is going to save you. And also a good filter, because any client who is going to sign the contract, they are only the genuine one. Who are denying it, they are definitely going to cheat you. Now the point is what you should be including in this freelance contract that will help you to save yourself in any of the terms and conditions. Number 1 is the quotation, the overall project charge. Second is the advance payment. You should be actually asking 30 to 50% of the advance before you start working on any project, and it's a good initiation of a professional bond. Next, you can definitely include the timeline of the project, and then the termination terms. Means what kind of condition you can stop working on this project should be clear. And then kindly include terms of quotation revision. It means if a client is going to give you the additional work and requesting you for extra edits, that can be more than 2, then you have to charge additionally for it. And it's the most important element, because if you are not including your charge revision during the project, client can bulk you with n number of extra tasks that is not written in your contract, or maybe you're not responsible for. If you're working on a project and doing additional work for them, it's not bad. You just need to get paid for every task that you are performing in that specific project. That's pretty much it. These are the 5-step framework. How can you onboard a client? If you follow every of these steps, I bet you are going to have a healthy relationship with your client, and you're definitely going to turn your next prospect into a client and going to close the deal. So this is I actually want you to do, taking a step back. And if you really want to know how the heck can you start your freelance journey, if you are a beginner, if you're not having any prior experience degree or certification, what kind of skill can you choose? So I'm going to pin some important videos right here After this, just go watch them out. And if you have any further questions which are related to freelancing, digital marketing, or anything that you want to discuss with me, my comments are waiting for you. Don't forget to get tons of tips on a daily basis inside my Instagram page. The handle name is @gautamprachi.co. So what are you waiting for? Right now, subscribe this channel for more digital marketing and freelancing tips, and DM me on my Instagram if you want to discuss anything personally with me. Alright, so see you in my next video. Till then, enjoy your freelancing, your digital marketing, and let's build a successful career out of it. So it's not the end of the video, but the starting of your journey.